let's go.
All right, part two here. Let's go to New Orleans and let's talk a little bit about the rags and some of the. Let's start with some of the beginning. And I'd like to go start, if that's okay with you, like with St James Infirmary.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the early. It's not exactly like what you would hear in modern day blues, which we're going to get. We've got enough time right now we're going to get all the way to modern blues piano. So let's go back and let's do St. James and go over like one of the the classic songs and some of the pre WC Handy and some of the writers that were before. It was like just a regular 1-4-5. And then if you want to do that not Maple Leaf Rag, what do we do?
Right, I'll just do a little bit of ragtime. Or you want to play that one together? We did together.
Well, no, I'll do St. James, then you can do the other rag.
Why don't I do it first? Because it came first.
Okay, that's fine. We want to
Just do it, just a little stanza of ragtime. And you can hear the similarity with Boogie Woogie. It also has that powerful rhythmic aspect. And there was a type of dancing that was done to ragtime.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
called the cakewalk.
right.
And the cakewalk was actually, that was from 1895. That was pre-ragtime. So, and it was a kind of a very stylish, elegant thing. And ragtime originally was thought as the height of elegance, and in terms of black music, it really was an Afro-American interpretation of classical music, transformed into something different. Ragtime pieces are a lot longer than that. But.
Yeah, I know. All right.
All right, so St. James.
Well, it was down the old Joe's bar in a corner by the square. They were serving drinks as usual. Yeah, the usual Friday night crowd was there. On my left stood my buddy, Billy Buchman. His eyes bloodshot red as he turned the crowd around. These were the very words old Billy, he did say. I went down to that St. James Infirmary. Well, I saw my little baby there. She was stretched out on a long cold table. So calm, so cold, so dead, so fair. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. She can search the wide, wide, wide world over, but she's never gonna find another sweet man like me. please bury me in my old-time Stetson hat. Put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain, so the boys know I died standing there. Roll out your rubber-tied carriage. Yeah, roll out your old-time hat. 'Cause there'll be 12 men going down to that lonely graveyard. But there'll only be 11. Only 11 coming back. And now I sung you the sad, depressing, miserable story. In the old days, I used to take a big old shot of booze. No more. And if anyone should happen to ask you, I got these old nine crap shooter blues.
Doing that song July 18th of 1999 for a while, because every time I do that song, people would like line up to bring shots of booze. And then I came back to Chicago, and my heart was having palpitations from so I stopped doing that. Boy. But yeah, so I just keep throwing that in to remind me of the great days of that's so other people have copied that song. Blind Willie McTell, that song was. Have you ever heard that version? It's pretty interesting.
No.
But it goes way back.
Tremendous. There must be 1,000 recordings of that.
I kind of do a little bit like Al Jolson too, you know, just because.
But it's a very authentic New Orleans
yeah,
song
that's sort of
in every way.
So let's
move on.
Let's drive up to Macomb, Mississippi. Let's get out of New Orleans and get on that Highway 61 or now they call it 55 there, but let's get up to Mississippi and start talking about the progression of the blues from that.
Well, there's one important point, but it's
Go ahead,
coming later.
go ahead.
No. Well, you know,
I forgot something.
the blues performers it was very much an itinerant profession. So blues musicians, in order to make a living, had to move from place to place. Sometimes they were in the cities, sometimes they'd be out in little towns. They often met. This is where ideas were exchanged, and this is how the music grew, through friendships and relationships, which were also fertilized by wherever the work was, wherever the jobs were, and whatever the demands. If some places had pianos, other places did not have pianos, so that would determine a lot who played where with whom.
Well, and again, one of the big ways they traveled was riding the blinds, which was riding the trains. They would hop on trains as they were already moving and go in between the cars, and and it was that's called riding the blind. So the train was a big mode of transportation for
and it's a big part of the blues.
Oh yeah,
vocally and also the piano, because that's one thing the boogie woogie can imitate is the sound of a train very much. And of course, Meade Lux Lewis did Honky Tonk Train Blues, which has that kind of sound.
You want to do that?
I'll do a little bit of it.
Yeah, do. What key you doing in?
G.
Thank you.
was a train whistle.
All right, let's do Your Real Brother Montgomery was a great piano player, one of the early great piano players, which I was very lucky to have met in his older age, and recorded some of the recordings in the late 20s and early 30s. And let's do a Vicksburg. I can't sing it like Little Brother, so I'm going to kind of maybe do it more like a Howlin' Wolf type thing, or
We do an F?
yeah, let's do an F. Yeah. This is sort of the different styles now on the left hand that started going out of it. And I know that Little Brother Montgomery said he was very influenced by Lee Green, Lee Green was the original piano player that kind of wrote or started that this whole left hand 44 motif of blues that's evident even all the way up till today.
Well, that's this kind of thing.
No, it's well, that on the right hand. Brother, he's just funny. We were listening to Little Brother before, and Little Brother had the goat. What do you call it? The nana.
Nanny goat vibrato.
The nanny goat vibrato. It's hard. You know. Yeah. So, got to work on that nanny goat vibrato. So let's do 44 blues. The way I'll do it more like Wolf, and then the faster the Lee Green.
Tell them a little about Howlin' Wolf.
Well, Howlin' Wolf. Well, Howlin' Wolf is actually from West Point, Arkansas, and was very influenced by Charlie Patton, but was also influenced by. But he's more of a guitar player. More of the guitar players always hung out with more guitar players. But,
It's harmonic playing too.
Yeah, harmonica. Yeah, I mean, Howlin' Wolf was incredible. But
I always had the feeling that singing was the most important thing for him.
Singing. Yeah, I mean, he had Hubert on guitar, and he had a lot of guys, but he's no slouch on guitar. I mean, actually, before Hubert was on, was Willie Johnson. That's all was the Sun Record stuff. But actually, the piano player that played with him the most was Ike Turner, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, Ike Turner played the piano on this recording I'm going to do now.
He was a tremendous musician.
Ike Turner was from Clarksdale, Mississippi, and there's a big, if you ever get a chance, go to Clarksdale, Mississippi. It's an unbelievable scene there. And Ike Turner.
It's too bad he was a white beater.
Well, we're not going to get into all that right
kind of screwed
now.
up his career. I do want to mention, since we're getting up to Chicago, that because of the industrial changes in America and the
I'm still in Mississippi.
You're still in Mississippi?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you
yeah.
mentioned Howlin' Wolf.
No. Well, no, because the
All right.
44. Okay, let's do,
Sorry.
because I asked, Little Brother Montgomery and Chuck. Everybody knows that Lee Green was the guy. I wanted to still stick with a little bit of the Lee Green.
Okay.
That we're going to get
all the way up
because we still got to get to Johnny Jones. We got to get to Sonny. Or Sonny. We got enough time. Wait, we're till 4, right?
Yep.
3:30.
When's it going to be?
Till 3:30. All right, we got enough time.
All right. Then we'll
So
go
let's
straight
do. Sorry.
No, you don't have that time.
This is an abbreviated, very abbreviated.
I wore my butterball so long, it made my shirt so.
right there, the Lee Green, that whole rhythm that influenced Little Brother and everything, just cascaded through.